Hello students, the next topic that we have is total internal reflection. What you do is take a metal disc, see that it has got two straws. Let us call this as and let us call this as NN. Let us say it has got two straws fixed at the center like this. This is one straw and this is another straw. Now mark two lines on it. This is and this is NN. This is 0, 0, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay. Now what you do is take a glass container having some water in it up to a certain height like this, and you dip the circular disc such that coincides with the interface like this. Coincides with the interface. Now keep the straw here and try to observe the straw from other side. It will be observed over here without deviation when it is along the normal. Now try to increase the angle of incidence. Let us say from 5, 10, 15 and so on. To keep on increasing the angle of incidence, you will see that angle of refraction also increases at one point of time. Instead of going out, the angle of refraction grazes the interface. It grazes the interface. This angle of incidence, for which the angle of refraction is 90 degrees, that angle is called critical angle. So if you take the ray more than critical angle, the straw, instead of going out, it appears to be coming inside like this. Instead of going out like this, it appears to be coming inside like this. This is called total internal reflection, and this angle at which the refracted ray grazes the interface, this angle is called critical angle. It is denoted by C. You know that N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. Here if I is N1 sin I is critical angle, N2 sin R is angle of refraction, that is 90. N1 sin C is equal to N2. Sin C is equal to N2 by N1. Sin C is equal to 1 by N12. You can write it, if this goes down, you can write it as 1 by N12. So using this formula, you can find the critical angle here. Okay, that's about total internal reflection. It's a small session, children. In the next session, we shall continue some more topics.